realm of love, there exists a strange paradox that few people recognize. Sometimes, the most effective way to win someone's heart isn't by pursuing them relentlessly, but rather by stepping back and creating a little distance. It may sound counterintuitive, even crazy, but think about it for a moment. Aren't we often drawn to things that are mysterious, things that aren't easily within our reach? Studies have shown that when you maintain a bit of mystery and don't appear too easy to grasp, you unintentionally spark curiosity and a desire to explore from the other person. This is the potent allure of not pursuing, a strategy that seems simple, yet is incredibly effective. In this video, we'll explore how to use the playing hard to get tactic wisely to ignite interest and passion from the one you desire, allowing you to capture their heart without rushing or being too eager. Let's uncover this surprising secret together and turn it into your advantage in the fascinating journey of love. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where the more you wait for a message from someone you long to meet, the more elusive it seems? The reason behind this is that you may be working against the law of attraction. Let's think about this carefully. When you are chasing love, what vibrational frequency are you resonating at? Are you approaching it from a mindset of abundance or from a mindset of lack? If you are in a state of lack, are you vibrating at the frequency of fear or love? Here is where the mistake lies. You fear that this person won't come back, that they will abandon you. It is this fear that drives your endless pursuit. However, fear places you at a very low vibrational frequency. Always remember, you don't attract what you want. You attract what aligns with who you are. If you are vibrating at the frequency of fear, it only pushes what you desire further away. Therefore, a change in approach is needed. Think about this. When you desire something deeply, with an almost desperate intensity, that very thing tends to slip out of reach. Why does this happen? Because desperation emits a strong energy of lack. The law of attraction responds to this by giving you more of that lack. Instead of drawing your desired outcome closer, you are inadvertently pushing it away. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, matches the energy you put out. If that energy is one of fear, neediness, or desperation, then that is precisely what you will receive in return. The key to changing this pattern is to shift your frequency from one of lack to one of abundance. How do you do that? By focusing on self-love, self-worth, and the understanding that you are already whole and complete, regardless of whether or not this person is in your life. When you focus on loving yourself, on radiating confidence, joy, and contentment, you raise your vibrational frequency. This, in turn, aligns you with the energy of love, not fear. Imagine yourself not as someone waiting anxiously for another's attention, but as a magnetic force that naturally attracts love and joy. Visualize yourself as someone who is already fulfilled, whose happiness does not depend on the actions or presence of someone else. This mindset creates a powerful shift. Suddenly, you are no longer chasing, you are attracting. I understand that it's challenging to let go of the desire for a specific person, especially when your emotions are deeply involved. But the truth is, the more you chase after love, the further it seems to drift away. Instead, by changing your focus from a mindset of scarcity to one of abundance, from fear to love, you create a fertile ground for the right kind of love to grow. This does not mean that you must suppress your desires or pretend that they do not exist. It means embracing them with an open heart and mind, without attachment to the outcome. Trust that the universe knows what is best for you, and focus on being the best version of yourself. In doing so, you align yourself with the higher frequency of love and naturally attract what is meant for you. So the next time you find yourself anxiously awaiting a message, a call, or a sign, pause and shift your energy. Move from a space of wanting and needing to one of being and radiating. Embrace the idea that you are already whole, that love is not something you lack, but something you inherently are. When you resonate at this frequency, you will be amazed at how quickly love finds its way to you, often in the most unexpected and beautiful forms. The second important thing you need to remember in the game of love is that human nature always leans towards the desire to conquer rather than to be conquered. This is a fundamental psychological principle. We are often attracted to things that are not easily obtained, things that require effort to achieve. So the more you try to hold on tightly to someone, the more you try to conquer them, the more likely you are to get the opposite result. Instead, the best way to attract them is to let them go, allowing them to feel free and willingly come back to you. Consider this example. Have you ever seen someone dedicate all their time and energy to pursuing a person they like? They constantly text, call, and even plan everything just to impress. However, what usually happens is that the person being pursued feels pressured, their personal space is invaded, and they gradually lose interest. This doesn't happen because they have no feelings, but because they no longer feel the need to put in any effort to win over the other person. Everything has become too easy and readily available. There is no longer any challenge to continue exploring. Another example is when you try to make yourself the center of their universe, hoping they will reciprocate the same way. However, by doing this, you are subconsciously sending a message that says, "I need you to feel complete." This often makes the other person feel pressured and want to escape from the relationship. On the contrary, if you let them go and don't make them the center of your world, they will wonder why you aren't clinging to them and will start finding ways to gain your attention. Instead of demanding they do what you want, let your desires become something they want to conquer. For instance, if you want them to care for you and pay attention to you, don't ask for it directly. Live your life happily and freely so they naturally see your value and attraction. When you make yourself interesting and independent, they will feel the need to make an effort to capture your attention and affection. Never take away their freedom and space. Let them feel free when they are with you, and from that, they will willingly offer that freedom to you. A prime example is in a relationship. If you always want to know where they are, what they are doing, and who they are with, this will make them feel controlled and lose their personal freedom. Instead, let them know you trust and respect their personal space. When they feel free, they will naturally want to share their life with you, not because they are forced to. Finally, remember, don't try to hold on to them. Let them want to hold on to you. When they feel they have the opportunity to conquer you, to win your affection and attention, they will put in more effort. This is the power of letting go and giving them freedom. Let them find you on their own, as this is the most natural and sustainable way to attract them. Thirdly, if you genuinely like them, don't come on too strong. Instead, use the push and pull method. When you truly like someone, the desire for closeness, connection, and even winning their heart can become more intense than ever. However, appearing too eager or overly enthusiastic can make the other person feel pressured, threatened, or simply lose interest. Instead, a more skillful tactic is to employ the push and pull method, a subtle and effective approach to creating balance and attraction in a relationship. The push and pull method is like a delicate dance where you combine showing interest with a bit of mystery between getting close and keeping some distance. By applying this method, You send the message that you like them, but you're also not overly needy or dependent on whether they like you back. This not only helps you maintain your confidence, but also creates a natural allure, making the other person curious and wanting to learn more about you. For instance, if you're talking to someone you like and the conversation is going well, seize this opportunity to show your interest. Ask about their hobbies, work, or interesting stories related to their life. This is when you pull, creating a sense of closeness and friendliness. Then, instead of continuing to text constantly or waiting for an immediate response, push by gently ending the conversation, leaving some space for them to feel and think about you. Another concrete example of applying the push and pull method is when you go out with them. Show interest in the conversation, listen sincerely, and give them special attention, like laughing at their jokes or encouraging them to share more about themselves. This is when you pull them into your space, creating a comfortable and friendly atmosphere. But at the same time, don't forget to push by keeping some mystery, not revealing everything about yourself immediately or not always being available whenever they need you. For example, when they suggest meeting again, instead of always being readily available and agreeing right away, you could say, "Oh, I'd love to see you too, but I'm quite busy this week. How about we leave it for another time?" This way they'll feel that you have your own life, not entirely revolving around them, and this will create curiosity, motivating them to put in more effort to get your attention. Using the push and pull method doesn't mean playing with someone's emotions, but rather creating a natural rhythm in the relationship. It helps both sides feel excited, respect each other, and not become overly dependent on the other person. The important thing is to do it sincerely and consistently, not pretending or using this method to manipulate others. Remember, love is not a race to capture someone's heart as quickly as possible. It's like a dance where both people need their own space to move freely, explore, and feel. When you know how to combine push and pull, you not only create attraction, but also help the relationship progress naturally and more sustainably. This method not only helps you maintain confidence and composure, but also makes the other person feel that you're interesting, have depth, and are worth exploring. In the end, believe that if they truly have feelings for you, not pursuing them too intensely won't push them away. On the contrary, it might draw them closer to you. True feelings don't need to be forced or coerced. They will naturally blossom if placed in the right conditions. Many people worry that if they don't actively express their interest or show constant attention, the other person won't notice their feelings and will leave. But the truth is, when you try too hard or cling too much, you put the other person on the defensive, making them feel pressured and wanting to escape the relationship. Think of love like a flower. A flower does not bloom best when you try to force it. It blooms when it's given just the right amount of water, sunlight, and space to grow. Similarly, if they have feelings for you, they won't walk away simply because you don't try to control or pressure them. They will feel the respect you have for their space and freedom, and that will make them willingly open up and come closer to you. Imagine you are holding a handful of sand in your hand. If you grip it too tightly, the sand will slip through your fingers and you will gradually lose it. But if you hold it gently, the sand will remain in your palm. Love is the same. If you hold on too tightly, you will slowly lose the other person's interest. But if you allow them to feel free and comfortable around you, they will willingly stay. Many of us often make the mistake of thinking that the more proactive we are, the more we show our feelings, the more we prove our sincerity and win the other person's heart. However, this is not entirely true. Affection, by nature, is an emotional interaction between two people, and no one wants to be forced to feel something. If you keep insisting on pursuing them and giving them all your attention, it will make them feel that you lack confidence in yourself and need their validation. Instead of creating attraction, this can make them feel exhausted and want to distance themselves. Instead, focus on developing yourself. Become the best version of yourself. Live a life full of passion, happiness, and independence. When you can confidently stand on your own, you will be more attractive than ever. They will sense the positive energy from you and be naturally drawn to it. Remember, love is not about possession, but about sharing and growing together. Don't worry about losing someone if you don't chase them relentlessly. If they truly have feelings for you, they will recognize your value and come closer willingly. Give them the time and space to find the answer for themselves. If it's genuine affection, they won't be able to stay away from you whether you pursue them or not. Ultimately, believe that true love is not something you can force or control. It will come when you learn to let go and allow things to unfold naturally. Don't be afraid they won't come back just because you're not chasing them. Trust that if they truly have feelings for you, they will find a way to stay by your side. Sometimes, the best way to keep someone is to let them choose you freely, because only then will you know their love is genuine and worth cherishing.